The wedding is planned, and Grandma's got all these cooks cooking the stuff and all that. The house, we're over here across the street is a tavern with a hall. Now, we have a back porch. Waller and I are going to be bartenders. Your dad brings over the booze, the beer, the whole schmear. And the window is here. And my father is sitting over here on this side of the window. And Makowski from Calumet City is sitting on the other side here. Waller and I are on the back porch, which is the bar. The bar. Anything they wanted was handed through the window. Pa, let's say Franosh.
Franosh.
That's Frank. It's time for a shot. So give him a shot and Makowski a shot. That was my mom's sister's husband. And they're talking Polish for hours, you know. Meantime, they get a shot and a beer, a shot and a beer, and a shot and a beer. Now this is going on from, say, 5 o'clock till...
That's a lot of Boilermaker shot and beer.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, now this wedding doesn't go on just for one day. This is a wedding that goes on for 2, 3, 4 days. You know what I mean? And they keep sitting there all the time. They don't let that go. And then they were dancing at the other place, you know, at the hall.
At the hall.
And they had a band there. But these two men, my father and this Makowski, they wouldn't, they did heck with the wedding. As long as the whiskey and the beer was for nothing. But that's how it went.
How many people were there at that wedding?
Oh, I don't know. Well, there was quite a few, you know, family.
People came in,
Gone, you know.
come and go.
Oh, yeah.
The whole 3 days.
Yeah. And you sat at the table and you ate. You know, and these women would cook, you know.
Then you go dance and you come
Yeah,
back and eat some
each
more
morning,
and drink some
yeah.
more. For 3 days.
It was what they called, it was actually like, some of them would go for 7 days.
7 days?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
In
Right,
America?
Etta?
In America, 7 days?
That's, yeah, American, but Polish custom.
I thought in the old country they went for 7 days.
Well, here too.
7 days.
If you ran out of stuff, then you would go home.
Oh, you went home and we ran out of
Yeah,
stuff.
stuff.
Oh,
You ran out.
That makes sense now. Yeah, sure. Party's over, guys.
Good, party's over, is right. No more booze.
Would stay in the center of the hall, you know. They would have a plate there.
No, they had a plate, a table, and any man that wanted to dance with the bride would dance one dance with the bride and silver dollars. Now, the groom would sit at the table. He'd have a box of cigars, some whiskey, shots, and you would dance with the bride, and go up there with a silver dollar, try to break a plate.
Break a plate.
Now, if you broke the plate, you could kiss the bride. It's impossible to break the plate.
Oh, I see.
And then if you didn't break the plate, the silver dollar would go into the...
For the couple.
For the couple. Now, you could take a pick of a cigar or a shot. But some of them would try to dance, you know, 5, 6, 7 times, you know. In those days, $5, $6, $7 was a lot of money.
Sure.
And you'd get your silver dollars and keep throwing them down.
That was a custom.
Custom.
You try to break the plate. But you couldn't break the plate.
I'd never seen it breaking. Yeah, those were the days. Boy, you should have been for Christmas.
Yeah, it was a big time.
Oh, yeah, on Tripp Street.
I remember Tripp Street.
Yeah? Uncle Gus was a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All the time?
Not all the time. Steve was Santa Claus.
Steve, yeah, no, Steve.
The only way I know
Most of the
Steve
time.
with his ring.
Yeah, right. He had a special ring on
The
his
special ring, and then when he said, they wouldn't talk, they'd all say, get on your knees and say the prayers before you
Say
get the
prayers.
say the prayers, and then you got the
Presents.
presents. That's how Grandpa used to walk there.
There's Tripp Street,
Yeah.
and then Elizabeth, then Racine.
Racine. Then
Racine was
47.
the entrance to the start.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
But what if the house is still standing?
oh yeah, it's still
Well, it
standing.
must be an old house now.
Yeah, but the house that Phyllis had, they knocked that down.
They knocked it down.
But she was originally, she didn't come from around the back of the
She come
yard.
from Brighton Park.
Brighton Park. You know, where she around, where your dad used to go to. No, that's Brighton Park. What's that big? No, it's, where's that big, used to be
That's all, then.
dance place?
Bologna.
Bologna. Yeah. She comes around from there, around there.
No, she used to sneak over the fence and go and have a dance, you know.
Yeah. But those were the,
And then father bought that house on the corner. It was a big house on Tripp Street there on the
40,
corner.
on 48 in Trump.
He bought it for practically nothing. The P&A had it
Yeah,
for sale, you know. And he bought it and fixed it up. He worked like a horse on that building.
Now, you remember Auntie Martha's husband, Frank? Yeah. He was a, he was an engineer at Swift's. And where
He was in World War I, remember that.
Yeah, World War I. But he was an engineer that for the for coolers, refrigeration. Now he put a heating plant. He lived on Ada.
He put a heating plant in our place.
Yeah, 51st and Ada.
We had to dig
The basement out to
all
put it
that
in.
dirt out, you know.
Put it in the furnace.
Put it in the furnace.
Boiler, not a furnace.
Boiler.
Yeah. He put it in on Ada. And then your Stanley worked at Harris Brothers on 35th and Iron. You don't remember where that neighborhood is?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know where Spiegel's was?
Yeah.
Right across from Spiegel's was, he worked there.
And
He got the furnace, the pipes, the radiators.
Before that, you had a stove.
Stove.
Wood stove.
What?
Coal stove.
Yeah.
Coal stove.
We had a big coal stove in the dining room.
Right.
You throw coal in there and it got so red hot so you could burn
Yeah,
yourself.
the pipe going across the ceiling.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes the ceilings are made out of tin.
That was
In
upstairs.
the kitchen.
That was
In the
upstairs.
kitchen,
It was hard to
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah. Oh, that was a dog. See, Grandma and Grandpa bought this house. It was a bungalow, a cottage.
Yeah.
So they bought it, I don't know, I think for $1,800.
1800, wow.
Yeah. And Grandma used to pay like $1 a week to pay it off. Waller used to go and pay it off. He'd walk to Ada.
Then they raised the house up and they
And
made two-story.
Grandpa got to
Oh, they raised it
raise
up?
the house. Now, they had a new flat put on the...
They raised it up?
Yeah, in those days, they raised it up. Now, the upper was older than the bottom. We had lived on the first floor, which was like a modern building, you know, new plaster walls and oak floors and a... Yeah.
That's how you expand it down. They raised it up.
Yeah, $1,800, but then I don't know what my pa paid for raising it.
So what kind of foundation did it have then? Not much.
It post,
Post.
yeah,
Concrete or?
concrete.
Concrete post. So you could raise, jack it up then.
But see, the ground was maybe this off the ground. That was the ground there.
Right.
Now you can't get a boiler in there. You had to dig it out,
Right.
throw it out in the backyard.
The backyard wasn't that big.
No, it wasn't that big, but,
City backyard, yeah.
yeah.
Enough for a pig.
Enough for a pig in a garage.
Couple of pigs.
No, most of the time Ma only had one pig.
No, two.
Two, I can't remember that. Two pigs. I know we had one red-headed, like his beard. That's the one that ran down the alley.
What about chicken? You make chicken?
Yeah, my grandma was
Rabbits.
rabbits. I had rabbits.
Did she cook rabbits?
But, you know, there's another story on that.
That's another story on that. Now, we had
Give
chicken.
me a recipe for Polish rabbit. Come on.
I don't know how to Polish
Well,
recipe.
how'd you cook the rabbit?
I don't know how to
What do you
cook
mean?
the
How did
rabbit.
she cook it?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I'll tell you
Chicken,
something.
like chicken.
All right, here's a story. We got rabbits,
Yeah.
quite a few.
Yeah.
We had chickens too.
Yeah.
So Grandma says, we're gonna have chicken for Sunday and soup. So she tells, the one that would kill the chickens and the rabbits was Stanley. He'd go out there, take the chicken, boom off with the head, you know.
No, Ma used to kill it herself sometimes.
Yeah, but most of the time Stanley. All right. She had the chickens. And then she'd go up to Stanley and says, kill a couple of rabbits. Stanley would kill them. Skin them, clean them up, bring them home into the kitchen. Ma would make chicken soup, you know.
Boil it.
She'd boil, you know, you're in the pot, you know, you throw the wings in, the everything.
Because they were tough chickens.
No, they weren't. They were tough.
They were boiled.
Boy, they made chicken soup with the chicken. Anyway, she threw a couple of rabbits cut up.
Yeah.
Now, my dad didn't like rabbits.
No?
No. He sat at this table,
Never think of eating rabbit.
rabbit. So we're having dinner. You know, you have your soup, the homemade noodles, and whatever was, you know. And my ma gave my father the hind leg and thigh of the rabbit. Put it in a dish. The rest of them grabbed whatever they wanted, you know. And he's eating this thigh of the rabbit and the back leg.
He thinks it's chicken.
Well, he told my mom, very good, Mom, very good.
My mom told him it was
Chicken, you know. He goes outside, and he's standing in the gangway, you know, about 2 hours later he comes. Sunday was my father where he would get a bucket of beer and maybe a small bottle of booze, you know, and he'd take a shot and a beer, you know. He never got drunk, you know. He come in and he's talking to my mom. My mom tells him, you know what you had? How was the chicken? Oh, very good, good. She said you had rabbit.
My dad got sick.
Sick.
He got sick after he heard that.
The only time I ever seen Pop drunk was from a wedding. Where he
Yeah, when the gangway he fell down.
He fell down and
Nobody could pick him up.
my father weighed about maybe 270, 280.
Yeah.
So where she went, we were walking her into the gangway, through the gangway into the back of the house, into the house. He fell down. Laid on the
You know
side.
what my mother did? She got a pillow and let him lay there.
Picked up his head, put the pillow underneath there. It was during the summer months. He just laid there in the morning, he got up and went in the house.
Like those big pull-ups. Like those big pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, they used to call him
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
What did they call him?
Let me take this table.
Now, Gus, on a Saturday, would get a team of horses. These horses that were for Budweiser with the big, what kind of horses? Clydesdale. There was 4 or 6 of them. And these long planks were on this wagon. They'd come down the alley with these 6 horses, come to the garage. The man would get out and start throwing these big planks off the wagon. We would have to take it and put it in the garage, stack them in the garage. All right, the whole load would go into the garage. And my pa would, Gus, say goodbye to the driver. He knew the driver, you know, and the way he'd go. Now, this he would get at the end of start of vacation time. Now my pa would come up to him and me. You got so many planks you got to cut a day. A day. You cut those planks in pieces of this length.
Why so small?
Why that small? So they can fit in the furnace.
Oh.
Now he would have big saw.
Yeah, 2-handed saw.
You know, big, and a horse like this. You put the plank in there, and my dad, with his weight, would just lean against it, and it wouldn't move. Eddie and I on one side go boom, boom, cut the 3 planks and the thing, take an axe and cut them in half. Take all these that you cut, throw them down the basement, go down the basement, pile them up for the winter. Now the 3 or 4 planks, we got through with. And my pa would say, goodbye. You could do anything you want. You could go out and play ball, you could go to the park, you could do anything. That was the chore of the day until the whole load was gone. You remember that, Ed?
I did that for the winter, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another story.
It was actually a what?
Blocks.
Block.
I have to put some makeup on and comb my hair.
You look fine.
I have to get something.
On Troop Street, they ripped it up. They had little blocks about this high with tar on it. They were those like stuff, you know, a tree. They cut it, you know, and they put them in place, and then they put tar on it, and that was the street. Now, in a paved street, they all picked them up. They put them on the side. And Pa says, you could do that in the coaster wagon, you go down the street, roll the coaster wagon, turn the bag back, roll and drive.